I'm Abby. I use Linux. Here's what comes to mind when someone tells me their distribution. Will I rank them? No, these are just how I think they are.
Arch.
There are two types of Arch users. The most gender variant trans women and femboys imaginable, or the reason everyone hates Arch users. You're either wearing thigh highs or you're telling people who ask for help to fuck off. Your setup either looks like this or it looks like this. There is no in between.
Bazite.
You're a gamer who hates Windows. You likely have a Steam Deck, but you are definitely a gamer who's realising that the gaming world might soon be moving to Linux. And you know what? I support this.
Debian.
You value stability over everything. You don't care if your setup has the latest kernel version. You want a setup that will survive the apocalypse. All the terminals in the Fallout games, they all run on Debian. You know it's true.
Elementary.
You like Mac OS's design, but you hate Apple, which is fair. Mac OS to me holds the same nostalgia as Windows XP and Windows 98 does. My question though is, why choose this rather than just GNOME?
Endeavour.
You want Arch, but you also don't want to have to deal with Arch's terminal-centric nature or half its user base, which, you know what? Fair. It looks cool.
Fedora.
What do I have in common with Linus Torvalds? Well, we're both bespectacled, we're both introverted, and we both use Fedora. We're boring, but we're right. It's simple, stable, but it's also up to date. It's not flashy, it's not charismatic, but that's fine. It works, and we like it.
Gentoo.
You either have the patience of a saint, want everything to be just so to millimeter precision, or you really need to touch some grass. I cannot imagine compiling everything from source because I am not a sadist. That being said, it did produce this image, which is by far the best image on the internet.
Linux from scratch.
The wizard!
You are a wizard. And I don't mean the Harry Potter type or the Gandalf type, you are a literal fucking wizard. You have such a wide range of knowledge on everything arcane and mundane that you are, for all intents and purposes, a wizard. You live alone in a flattened infirmary, but very important people come to you for advice. You know how to make a general AI and how to break the light barrier, but wisdom tells you not to tell anyone because humanity is not ready. If you are making your own distribution from scratch, you are on another level.
Linux Mint.
Welcome to Linux. You're going to enjoy it. Don't feel pressured to switch distributions if you don't feel ready. You're either brand new to Linux or just want to keep stuff as simple as humanly possible, and to be honest, that's fair.
Manjaro.
You're the same as the Endeavour OS people, except everything is green and there's some rather concerning bugs. You can't catch a break, can you?
NixOS.
You like keeping things consistent, and having an OS that lets you reproduce everything on multiple machines lets you do that. I know one person who uses Nix, and she goes from, I just developed my own LLM which runs off a Raspberry Pi and is powered by a potato and is more powerful than ChatGPT, to, where I'm Bubby, in seconds.
OpenSUSE.
You are Fedora, but German. You use the same package manager, but every week you take your empty glass bottles to the fan machine in a crate to get a deposit back to get more beer at your local Edeka. Alternate Universe Me likely uses OpenSUSE.
Pop OS.
You give off tech pro energy. Like, you love Linux and love working on code, but you also have money invested in Bitcoin and think slapping AI into everything is a good idea. It's not. You did a double take when you saw a woman at your local lug, and you also think that the Cosmic Desktop is a second coming, but personally, I will wait until it's out of alpha.
Qubes.
This is the distribution recommended by Edward Snowden. If you're using Qubes, then you are either very paranoid, or you genuinely have some very powerful people who are out to get you. You're in very deep and need to protect yourself from people who will at the very least will genuinely make your death look like a suicide, or at the most will destroy your location from orbit the moment they know where you are.
Slackware.
You are an OG. You were there in 1991 when Linus released the first iteration of the kernel. You are an honoured elder from whom we should all seek wisdom. I kneel to you, O wise ones.
Tails.
You do not have the hardware for Qubes, but you have people who are out to get you. You're either a journalist, activist, someone living in a totalitarian regime, or you are up to shit. Either way, someone is out to get you, or if they knew what you were doing, they will get you. This is what I would use on the regular if I lived somewhere like Russia or was working for someone like Amnesty International. If you have to regularly use this and can't just get away with using a VPN or Tor, you are having a bad time.
Tricycle.
Trisquel does not have any proprietary software. This is the distribution that Richard Stallman uses. So you either really hate proprietary software, which, yeah, fair, or you are Richard Stallman. If you are the latter, fuck you, Richard, you Epstein apologist.
Ubuntu.
There are 3 types of people who use Ubuntu. You are either new to Linux and don't fully trust Linux Mint, find Linux Mint a bit too handholdy for your taste but want something nice and user-friendly, or you still yearn for the days where Ubuntu was the distro of choice and don't want to let go. What happened to you, Ubuntu? You used to be cool.
Void.
You're the webcomic questionable content. You know Yay, New Friend, when they were first introduced were all spooky and scary? You give off that energy. I remember someone installed Void on a Nintendo Wii. That had 88 megabytes of RAM. If I put you next to a traffic light, I'm scared you might use it to hack into the Pentagon or something.